Skaters, YouTubers, MJ here with our next episode. In this episode, I'm gonna go ahead and make the corner window glass too. I couldn't find my sheets of this, so a buddy of mine dropped off some Mylar, so I'll end up using it. There's plenty here, so I'll end up using this. It's almost the same as what I was using. This might be just a tad thicker, but not much. So with that note, let's get started here. Index card, and I'm gonna grab my scissors. I'm gonna try to eyeball what I need here. So we cut out a little piece. Now you only have to do the one side, because you just flip the template over and do it for the other side. It's the same design, so it'll work. So here's what we do. Go ahead, slip it in here. Now we gotta turn it a little bit, so what I should do is I need to cut a little off the corner here. So we'll be able to tuck it up in there, like so. There we go. And that's what we're going to try to make. So just line it up and eyeball, make sure it's straight. And your mechanical pencil, just kind of grab a line there so you can see it. So there we have that one. Same as the last one, as we was doing the back window. I'm going to cut, leave about a 1/8 inch. Try to round the corners, this way I don't bind on anything. So let's go ahead and check that test fit out. And if you're happy with it, that's good. Go inside, make sure everything looks like it's going to sit where it's supposed to. That looks good. That looks real good. So we can cut this piece out. Just make two. And then it fits on the other side. And we'll be getting to that here in a minute. So the other thing you should really double check. I checked it earlier. There's plenty of room, but make sure you're going to have room for the interior tub and the glass that you're putting in. And I have plenty of room, so that'll work there. I'm gonna go ahead and let's work on the windshield a little bit. Now, one thing I noticed though, this body, it was done quite a few years ago, and it's got a little warp to it. So keep that in mind when you glue the windshield in. You may want to try to keep things in perspective here so everything stays in line. I'll be able to glue it to the chassis and in points, certain spots, and then save the last part for last, and then it should stay that way. So what we got to do here is I need to cut this out. I shouldn't use scissors, but I'm going to. So we're going to cut this out a little bit. I've already eyeballed it and looked that over. And if we mess it up, no big deal. You can make a windshield for it too. As you can tell, it's a lot thicker. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my cutoff wheel. It's the safest bet here. So, yep, let's use that. I get a little noisy, so bear with me. sometimes it's just easier to do it that way. So let's go ahead and check the fit of it. Put it up in there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So that'll work. Flip her over. I can probably get a little bit more out of the other side. No, that's pretty close. We can live with that. Everything fits there. So the windshield's just, that'll go in. That'll be fine. So now that we have that done, get rid of our scrap pieces here. Let's go ahead and grab our sheet of mylar and or mylar, and we'll start getting that cut out. Okay, we'll grab the back window first, and if we have any pieces left over, I can I'll be able to make the back piece. Or the quarter window pieces. So there we go. Oh yeah, well, plenty. So what I like to do is I like to start out by laying it on and then getting approximately the right start of it. So okay, now I curved the bottom when I cut it to kind of eyeball it, so that's pretty close. So this is the tricky part. You can't move the glass and the paper here. That's why it's nice having a thin piece of plastic. Sorry, I'll cut a little closer so you can see it here. I don't think you have to be exact, but close enough, you know. Let's go ahead and turn it around again. Alrighty, let's see how that fits in there. Now you can polish the plastic up after the glue sets up. After it dries, and there's the back window. We'll flip it over. Yep, that fits in there real nice. The only thing I don't like is a little extra piece of resin here, but I may go in there. No, I don't think it's going to hurt too much. So there's the back window. Make sure you lay it where you can find it. Because it is clear, and yeah, I have lost them. And then I find them at a later date. So keep that in mind. I almost forgot I got my coffee in the freezer because I'm making iced coffee. I'll have to go grab that before it freezes. So alrighty, let's grab this. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut out a square here. Actually, I'm going to go all the way across. So there's that. I'll put the cellophane back on it. And I'll slip it back in the padded envelope there. So next part, same thing, it's just a smaller piece. So what I do is try to find the straightest edge on it and hold it approximately where you think it should go, and you just go ahead and cut this one out. It's going to take a little bit, so have a little patience. you know, when you're cutting this part out. And then come back and then do the bottom piece. There. Let's see how that fits in there. Fits in there really good. Yeah, you can't see the glare on it. Not like the back window. But that fits in there nice. So we'll go ahead and make another piece. Check the inside fit here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Flip that over there. And we'll go ahead and cut out another piece. Let's true this up a little bit. Same deal. I'm going to go ahead and flip it around so I can actually hang on to it. It's the same piece. Excuse me. Okay. I'm going to do this one a little differently. I'm going to go ahead and cut up right to there. Then I'm going to come across. Stop for a second. Try to hold everything nice and tight. And there we have it. And there's our other piece. Almost the exact copy of the other one. So, there we go. We'll hang on to these because you never know when you're going to need them again, or they may fit something else. So, I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a little bit. Let me get some tools and see if I can find my tester's window glue and a new tube of super glue. And I'll show you how I do that part. So, we'll catch you in a few. Okay, folks, we're back. My video camera was talking to me. I did some things here. I made a little tool a while back on my last build, and it seems to work okay for this one. It's not perfect, but it works. I'm using mini clamps, clothespins. Some dust on there. I have to blow all that off. I'm just checking the fit of everything to make it sure it's in there. The only thing I noticed is the bottom of the windshield's like way too long. Way too long. I mean, I could probably sit here and test fit it and all that, try to get it to work a little better, but I'm debating on if I should just cut it, glue it and then cut it afterwards, or if I should do it now. So I don't know. I need another coat of paint on that interior. It was fisheye and bad, and it was soaked, so not a big deal. Everything looks good though. Everything looks nice and tight. That all looks fairly well. It's like really tight over there, so I might try to shift it over just a little bit. It's clamped in there pretty good. So that should be alright. I want to move the clamp down a little bit so I have an area to glue. So that'll work for that. Everything else looks fairly good. Check the contour of everything. Hood needs a little fine tuning a little bit, but that could be because of the body, like I said. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is hitting the glass a little bit. Okay. That's alright. Not a big deal. I just cut it out afterwards. Otherwise, everything else looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that in. And we'll go ahead and that'll probably be it for this video. Or this session anyway. Because I gotta let this set up, and it takes a while. I'm hoping no later I can come up and then I can get the quarter windows and the back glass glued in. That'll be a little trickier, but I think I can do it. So we'll let that set up a little bit. Yeah, I haven't glued this in a while. I'll have to grab a straight pin. Clean that out a little bit. I don't know what happened to my little wire for it. Had a couple of them and they just like, well, disappeared. Should just be the button on the end anyway. Yep, that's all it was. Okay, we're good there. Throw this away. Go ahead and see if we can glue this in. Make sure we get the corners here. Let's spin it around. Get this side. This way when I get back to it, that'll be dry and that'll be good. Clothespins help lock everything in place, so gotta love those mini clothespins. A little there. That should do her. Give her a little in here. All in all, the fit of it's not really too bad. It's fairly close. So that won't be too bad. So that looks good. That's all shaped up. Then I'll just come back in and I'll cut this excess off. You know, later. And that'll be fine. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Yeah, that'll be fine. Everything else is glued in there. So, glass is all locked in. I got a couple areas that need a little trimming, but that'll be alright. Alrighty, well, we'll go ahead and leave that at that. And, well, you got to see how I make my quarter windows, so, and back glass and all that, and see how it actually comes together. So, alrighty, we'll catch you on the next one.